The Sound of Freedom is a new movie starring Jim Caviezel based on the true story of former government agent Tim Ballard, who embarks on a rescue mission to save children from child traffickers. So let's talk about it, and if you stick around for this review, I'm gonna let you know how you guys can watch this movie in theaters for free. Yes, actually for free, so stick around for that. So just a few weeks back, I really hadn't heard anything about this movie till it released on July 4th, and then I saw a ton of stuff all over social media, all over on TikTok and on Twitter. Was kind of curious about this movie. Just a couple days later, just randomly went through my emails and I saw that Angel Studios, the people behind the movie, reached out and said, hey, would you like to help us promote the movie? You know, just do a review video about it. I was like, sure, why not? Was already curious about the movie, and they told me that if I did not enjoy the movie, if it wasn't for me, I didn't have to do a video about it. And after seeing it, I'm happy to say that I am glad to have partnered with Angel Studios, the people behind The Sound of Freedom, for this video. Angel Studios is on a mission to get 2 million people to see this in theaters, to remember the 2 million children that have been trafficked throughout the world. So if you go on and watch the movie for free, you can check the link in the description below to get your free tickets. It is really, really simple right there. So the hashtag 2 million for 2 million to help spread awareness of this terrible injustice throughout the world. It was released in theaters July 4th, so really not too long ago, and it has already reached their goal, and I think they're way past it, but they still have some free tickets for y'all. So all you gotta do is check the link in the description below. Really don't let the price of the ticket keep you from going, so you can just check it out, get some free tickets down below. And they have a pay it forward program. That's how they, you know, afford all of this, just people that pay it forward for other people to see in theaters, and I like that. So let's now get into the reviews. I have a couple notes, couple bullet points. I'm really not used to doing a review video like this, but if you guys enjoy some videos like this, let me know. And probably gonna be doing a lot more of these type of videos. I don't know, think could be pretty interesting right there. Right off the bat, just want to let you guys know that this is a pretty heavy movie. Definitely is a heavy movie, especially the first half was a lot heavier. When watching with my partner at the beginning, you know, she was really in tears. It was really emotional. The first half got a bit easier in the second half right there, but the subject matter of this film is very serious, of course, can be uncomfortable and also unsettling at some times, but it is definitely a necessary watch. This is probably not going to be a repeat viewing right there, probably just going to be watching it one time, but I think that it was just a very interesting watch, and it was also very tastefully done. Going to be talking a lot about that more in the next couple of minutes, but that's what I have to say about this over here. Now again, this is based off of a true story of federal agent Tim Ballard. By the way, great name, Tim, right there. But yeah, played by Jim Caviezel, who I recognize from the underrated movie Frequency. If you guys haven't seen that movie, definitely recommend it. Just going off on a little tangent right there, it is probably the best father-son movie that I've seen. Just to let you guys know right there, I just thought that was very interesting, so definitely check that one out. But just to go back to this movie over here, throughout the course of the film, we follow Tim Ballard as he sets up sting operations to go and save trafficked children. That eventually leads him all through South America, through different countries, ends up in Colombia right there, with the goal of reuniting a brother and sister. And I gotta tell you, the kid actors, the children actors, are doing such a great job. Their performances were just crazy, and at some point I was like, wait, is this a performance? It kind of seemed too real. Just the little boy right there, Miguel, and the little sister right there, Rocio. Just absolutely great performances right there. And very, very heartbreaking, especially in the beginning of a movie. Definitely really unsettling. Then when we go to our main character, Tim Ballard right here, I gotta say that you see the pain in his performance. Everything that the character has went through, everything that he has seen and experienced, you kind of see that early on in the movie. Once they do their first little operation, him talking to another of his coworkers, a dude was like, I can't do this anymore, this is just too much, this is too hard. And then being like, if we don't do this, who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do this job? Somebody has to do it right now. And him being aware of all of the atrocities and the stuff going on in the world, like, he has to step up. So you see really a lot of close-up shots in the movie, just focusing on his face, focusing on his eyes, and his eyes really communicate greatly the emotion. Just him right there, the pain that he sees. What's really interesting about this movie, it kind of goes in the genre of action thriller without being crazy action. It is definitely not a Equalizer John Wick where you see so much of the action right there. Really more focused on the message and focused on the movie right there, but still a lot of action. I'm just trying to organize my thoughts with the different stuff right here. Not used to. doing reviews like this, so give me a little break with that, please. But yeah, I thought that it really well did the genre that it was trying to be, and it was very serious movie for sure, but also did it in a very palatable way. I think the hardest point of a movie was definitely the beginning, the first 20 minutes, how it sets up, and has also, during the introduction sequence, has some real life footage of some events, of some real life stuff, which that was a pretty heavy part, I gotta say. Apart from that, I think as it went along, especially the later half, just focuses on one particular mission, and that was a lot, still was pretty heavy, but it was a lot lighter than, the first half right there. I want to discuss about some discourse, some stuff that was going on about, this having, Christian values or just promoting certain religion or ideologies with that, but I gotta say that the movie did not feel preachy at all. Like, not at all. I definitely recommend all of you just seeing it and getting the opinions for yourself right there. I think one of the only things related to a particular religion or whatnot was just talking about God in general, and it felt appropriate to the character itself. That's why it wasn't preachy at all. I think one of the only lines that is communicated throughout the movie is, "Oh, God's children are not for sale." So him saying that was appropriate to his character, and also just a freaking badass line, and I think everybody can agree with that right there. And it really did not try to glamorize the atrocities of children trafficking. It was all done very tastefully. You really don't see any of the abuse and any of the other stuff. I expected the movie to be even harder, to be even more intense, so it was very well done. It has a PG-13 rating over here, and it leaves a lot of the really dark stuff, a lot of the stuff up to the imagination. With the editing and the camera work, the way that they do stuff, I think it leads a lot to your imagination, and you think worse things. I don't know if it makes sense, but essentially you probably think of darker stuff than what is actually going in front of you, and leaving a lot of that to the audience to imagine, I think was just very tastefully done. At a couple points in the movie, the director puts the audience from the point of view of the children, and I thought that was really good to just convey the fear and the emotions from the perspective of a victim. Not to go into spoiler territory here, but there was just a moment where there was a fight scene, some graphic action going on in front of a child, and once the child closed her eyes for a sec, the camera totally went dark, kind of from the perspective of a child not seeing what's going on but still hearing some stuff. I thought that was just really well done and done tastefully again. And at the end of the day, the message about this movie is a message of hope, so it's not just all dark right there. There's still a bit of levity with that right there at the end. I think that this movie does a really good job at avoiding politics. A lot of people were making this out to be a political issue just by seeing a lot of the online discourse. I'm not sure if the people have actually watched the movie or they're just already talking about it without having watching it. Feel free to watch the movie and then criticize it, but without watching it, it's like, come on, give it a shot right here. I think that we can all agree that human trafficking is bad. It's a disgusting reality that affects millions of families worldwide every year right there. So we can all agree that this is a human issue, not any political side. This is just a human issue right here. And I think that this film showcases that well. And I think just by doing that, the movie reaches its goal of just talking about it, bringing it into conversation. And that's why I wanted to partner with Angel Studios to talk about this movie, to do a review, just because I think it's a topic that matters, and it's much, much darker or more intense than what I generally do on the channel, but I still think was, a worthy cause or important to talk about. This movie is definitely not a perfect movie. If there's some stuff to criticize about this movie, it would probably be its generic tropes, just as at the beginning of a movie, they have a sting operation, stopping a predator, is the stereotypical thing that you would expect a nerd in his home, in the dark, in front of a computer, with the big glasses and all that. So pretty stereotypical right there. Throughout the movie, it's also mostly, older fat dudes right there like that. But they also had an attractive lady that was kind of used to get the confidence of the people, to lure the children in and all that. So at least there was an attempt with that. But apart from that, I think that this is an important movie that has an important message, and that's why I'm grateful that I was able to watch it and share it with you guys over here on the channel. Definitely not an easy watch, especially the first half, but I think that it is definitely worth it right there. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you want to get free tickets, they are still available right now. Watch it while it's in theaters right there. Link is going to be in the description below, so check out the Angel website right there. And yeah, that is it for me today. Thank y'all so much for watching. Links down below. Yeah, that's it for me. Here and here you can check out 2 other videos as well on the channel right here and right here. Check it out. Thanks for watching.